like our parents are hoarders.
Oh my god, thanks. I really like that you brought that up because can we talk about that? Because why do my parents have trinkets from 20 years ago?
I know. Oh my, they
That's
cannot
different.
let go. They cannot
Right.
let go.
You know what? It's scarcity mindset. I get
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta move on.
But even though with like the hoarding, I feel like there's like a home feeling. Like I don't know, the clutter is also feels homey in a way.
Yeah.
Like when I like picture my childhood like home, like there's clutter everywhere, but it feels like a hug everywhere. Like and
Oh,
it's warm, even though it's not super fancy and it's not like yeah,
wow.
but it's still I
Wow.
still feel like the warmth still now. Like
That's so
like
wow. I
yeah.
never thought about it like that. I think for me, the clutter, it was just always there. I got used to it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, wait. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I hate it. I hate it. The clutter because it feels so hard to breathe and
Yes.
but I don't know thinking back that but also that's like nostalgic home. Like that's what home is and that's how I remember in my brain of home.
Wow.
Yeah, so that feels like in a way
Yeah. Welcome to Casual Kura. I'm Vaishali.
And my name is Richa, and Casual Kura is a podcast where we casually talk about our life experiences as Nepali American women.
Yes. So thank you for coming back to Casual Kura. If you haven't watched the previous episode, go and watch it. There are some exciting new topics that we talked about.
Yeah.
I wasn't in it, but Richa invited a super special guest. So if you haven't seen it, go
Watch
watch it.
it.
Link down below.
Below. Yep.
Anyways, June is here.
June is
It's
here.
really hot, but you know what? I'm enjoying this heat. And yeah, welcome back to another episode. So today's episode is a really interesting topic. I know we say that about every episode, but I feel like today's episode
But it is interesting.
it
Every
is.
topic is
Exactly,
interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
That's
just
what I'm
being
saying.
genuine.
Exactly. And I think this topic in particular hits home to both of us because it's just something that I feel like we have, pretty good knowledge about.
Yeah.
And that is creating and defining spaces that reflect our identities. What do you mean by that, Vaishali? Well, that's a really good question. So I'm talking about creating your room, creating your living space that allows you to feel comfortable, most at home, and what that means for the both of us
Yeah.
and how that transcends into, oh my gosh, so many different areas of our lives from childhood to where we are now. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
For some context, we both work in interior design.
Yeah.
Richa, do you want to talk about your relationship with design?
Yeah, so I am an architecture student and I did work on interior design companies for a few years. And I'm now like independently working and I designed a whole house.
Yes, literally the
Like,
space we're in right now.
Yeah, like gutted the whole thing and like designed the whole space. So yeah, I have quite experience.
Oh, she has quite some experience. And I am a publicist who works for an agency that focuses entirely on interior design, from interior designers to lifestyle brands. So
Very
this
cool.
topic is very much something that has, I think, been on both of our minds.
Yep.
To start things off, I want to talk about where it all started, our passion and drive for creating space began, and that is our childhood bedroom. And I think for everyone and for those of you watching, your childhood bedroom is really your space. I think even at a young age, you begin to understand what it means to create a tangible area where you feel comfortable. I mean, when I think about my childhood bedroom, that was a place I went to and cried. That was a place that I went to and laughed and invited people who were closest to me to enter, And so what was your childhood bedroom like, Richa?
So I'm saying this again, but like I didn't have my own room growing up and I was dorming most of my like young life, like when I was a
Right.
kid. So it was a shared space. So I like actually lacked a lot of personal space when I was growing up. So that's why I feel like I like very like having my own room is like so like precious to me right now,
Mm-hmm.
because that personal space is so important to like it's like your own mini world in front of like this big world. Like,
Yeah.
you can like handpick anything that you want and personalize your space, and that is like it is so important. And it I think it also like you have like a say in like physically putting things. And
Yeah.
yeah, and that's just like giving you a little power, and when
Yeah.
you have that as growing up as a kid, I think that's like
Mm-hmm.
such a beautiful thing. But
Yeah.
I didn't, but I like reminisce of like going home. I feel like Nepali homes growing up, they're like our parents are hoarders.
Oh my God, thank you. I really like that you brought that up because can we talk about that? Because why do my parents have
uh
trinkets from 20 years ago?
I know. Oh my, they
That's their
cannot
from
let go. They cannot
right.
let
You know
go.
what? It's scarcity mindset. I get
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta move on.
But even though with like the hoarding, I feel like there's like a home feeling. Like I don't
Mm,
know, the clutter is also feels homey in a way.
yeah.
Like when I like picture my childhood like home, like there's clutter everywhere, but it feels like a hug everywhere. Like, and
Oh,
it's warm, even though it's not super fancy and it's not like yeah,
wow.
but it's still I
Wow.
still feel like the warmth still now.
That's so
Like
wow. I
yeah.
never thought about it like that. I think for me, the clutter, it was just always there. I got used to it.
Uh huh.
But yeah, wait. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I hate it. I hate it. The clutter, because it feels so hard to breathe. And
Yes.
but I don't know, thinking back, that but also that's like nostalgic home. Like that's what home is, and that's how I remember in my
Hmm.
brain of home. Yeah,
Wow.
so that feels like in a way
Yeah.
comforting too. But now I'm into like I read a book on minimalism, and I'm like I like oh, like having less stuff is just makes you feel so much lighter.
Lighter.
Yeah, and then I am in that, I'm like moving towards that direction, and that's more me.
Hmm.
But I feel like that clutter and that hoard I don't know, the
Yeah.
hoarding home is like
Yeah.
it feels nostalgic, and it also gives me warmth and comfort. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about like my
Yeah.
childhood home.
Wow. That was beautifully put. Um, I I agree with you with the clutter. I think it's just something that I got so used to, but
Hmm.
even right now in my parents' house, there's still clutter.
Yeah,
But
it's
growing up, I shared a room with
uh-huh.
my sister for the majority of my life. I mean, I only recently got my own room a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute where I've had to share a space, and I think there's beauty in it, of course, but my childhood bedroom, I think, then became a conglomeration of me and my sister. Since it was such a shared space, I think there were pieces that were able to define both of us. Like, I remember we would have her pictures that she drew on the wall, and then I would have my stuffed animals. So it just became it was just a shared space. And not that there's anything bad about that, but I
Mm-hmm.
do think that when I finally did get my own room, when I did dorm and was able to create and decorate a space for myself, I realized that I am definitely more I wouldn't say minimalist because I prioritize things in my space that remind me of good feelings. Like I think that's why like when I say my parents are hoarders, I'm not even that intense about it because I'm just like, I get it. Like I know why you have that little statue candle holder from when you first moved to America. Like I understand because this is a part of who you are. This
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
piece
yeah.
from
It
that
holds
you brought from
memories.
Nepal. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously you have a close connection to it. I mean, I get it. I have birthday cards still from when I was 6. So,
Oh.
like things like that, like those things are in my room right
Uh-huh.
now. So, yeah, I think like thinking about my childhood bedroom, like even the space I live in now, and even when I was dorming um, in college, I still had pieces of my childhood home everywhere. Like whether it was the birthday cards that I took with me or, a little like fake flower that I had since I was little. Like those would be in my spaces because it's just nice to be surrounded by reminders of love. Like the
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
about it now, and I have so many things in my room where I can look at and I can just be like, "Oh, that was such a beautiful time in my life." Like I have this um it's like a glass, I don't want to say vase, I would say decor that my friend hand painted me, in my room.
Oh.
I have a vase that I brought myself because I wanted my space to look good, and that in itself is a memory. I have fake flowers. I have so many fake flowers, just because I that's that those are things that make me happy. I have all my stuffed animals from when I was a baby in my room, and it's a whole collection, and
Aw.
it's just nice. Like it reminds me of such a happy time, and I feel like that happiness bleeds into where I am right now, and I think about my next space and how I'm going to decorate it. And honestly, I'm probably going to take a lot of the pieces that I have right now with me. So I guess
Oh.
I am a hoarder. Like I guess I am my parents' daughter. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's so beautiful that like stepping into your room, you would see something and it would take you back to that
yeah,
time, and
yeah.
you're just like time
I
traveling
know.
through
I
like beautiful
know.
memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just nice. I think I'm just genuinely a nostalgic person, so having those pieces are just like it's like to me that's my hug,
Uh-huh.
It's just really nice to be in that.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I feel like, your childhood bedroom has such a big impact in you. And now, you mentioned earlier you decorate, like, guys, she literally decorated and styled and renovated her entire house. Like, where we're sitting right now, Richa did everything. So props to her. How did you, like, go about that?
Oh, oh my God. Like renovating my home.
Renovating your home,
It's
creating the space, the differences between your previous home and
uh-huh.
the home now.
Uh-huh. So prior we were just living in an apartment, so we didn't have much control of like maybe I don't know, picking a door handle, like things
Yeah.
like that. But oh my God, the journey of like renovating a home
Yeah.
is, I think whoever has done it, you would know. There's
Shout
so
out to all the interior designers of the
m-
world.
many ups and downs,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it's so stressful too, but it's so like it's also very satisfying, and I want this place to be so beautiful and I care so much about it. But when you work with a contractor, his mentality is he just wants to get the job done.
Hmm.
But picking that perfect tile is so important for me, but for the contractor it's like the time is running out, and if you wait, like I have to pay more workers, and like it's
Hmm.
costing you more, and it's like constantly working with the contractor was like a tough
Really
task
frustrating.
because I need more time to pick a
Yeah, give
tile,
her
but you
time.
need it tomorrow, and like the delivery costs and all of that is like it's stressful, but it is also so satisfying, and I'm so happy with however like the things turned out. Like
Yeah.
for me, I think right now when I think about space, and I'm so in tuned with my feeling right now, and whatever I do, like I really ask like my feeling, and my feeling is like my compass, and it that also reflects into my space. And when I design a space, like how do I want to feel is like the most important question I ask
Yeah.
myself. And I am a nature girly. I love nature, and I want to bring that in my home. So I really loved this house because it had like such old like windows, and you can see like the seams are like, yeah, there's like so much wood component in this house, and I painted it
Yeah.
like a white cream wall everywhere. So it's like so calming and soothing. And I have a lot of green elements in my
Yeah.
house. I
Your
have a
shower
green,
tiles are
yeah, shower tiles
green.
are green, and my kitchen is green. Yeah, so I think just incorporating, because I love when I'm in nature and it just calms me, and I think trying to bring that in my home in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah, so that was kind of like a short, I guess, my process of like home journey. Yeah, like
Yeah.
building, renovating my home.
Wow, that,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's the same with me when it comes to, like I mentioned, creating a space and just being happy in that space because you're
Yeah.
living in there. You know, you're living in there, taking care of your space. And I'm really glad that you mentioned feeling and how your space makes you feel. And, we were talking about clutter earlier. And I feel like for me, when my room is messy, I'm messy.
Yeah.
Like I can't think straight. It's hard for me to concentrate. I just don't feel good, and I
Agree.
think that transcends across
Every
everyone, and
yeah.
everyone feels very similarly. And I think, maintaining a clean space is so
So
important to me. And
important.
I think, listen, we all have our bad days, like I get it.
Mhm.
But I feel as though the way you take care of your space is how much you respect yourself.
So
Because
true.
you're literally living there, you're sleeping there, you're eating there, and if it's messy, then what, like how,
Yeah. Like that is what you're like viewing and living and feeling and breathing all the time. So
yeah,
like everything has energy and that is like passing on to you and like this like constant energy transferring happening.
yeah,
Yeah, with your mentality and the space you're
yeah,
living in.
no,
Yeah.
100%. I know it's a lot. And I think about how, I haven't renovated an entire house, but
Uh-huh.
I think about how I would even approach that. I feel like, because,
Yeah.
like when I'm thinking about my room, I think in general, I think your room is such a sacred place. Like it's a house, great, beautiful, your kitchen, your dining room, great places to be. But I feel like your room is really
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
spot.
sacred place.
Like for me, my room is my haven. It's where I go when I'm feeling the most upset, or where I go when I'm, okay, and where I will be, or where I am when I'm super happy and excited and thrilled. And
Mhm.
I don't know, like, is there anything in particular in your bedroom specifically that is offers that sacredness, that allow, you're there, you're just like, this, I have to have this no matter where I am in life, no matter if I'm in this house or if I'm in my next house, that this needs to come with me.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
tough question. Um I'm not like super attached with
Mhm.
anything. Um it's just like cuz I think cuz I'm like from a design background too.
Mhm.
Like I like when I go to a new space, I actually also like look at that space and what looks good over there. Like I think
Yeah.
that's my mentality and I have like how you said like you have cards from like they I
Yeah.
am the opposite. I like
Oh.
read this book on minimalism and that kind of changed my life. I'm not a hardcore minimalism, but like that kind of like I don't know made me turn
Oh.
like I don't have sentimental like
I'm sorry, I'm in shock. Like when your entire
I
being is sentimental, like
know.
what?
Yeah, but I don't have with the specific thing like whatever is practical at that time I feel like I would do and I also want to respect the place wherever I'm moving to and I also want to yeah incorporate that space and like how I want to and
Yeah.
it's like in me like I really I love creating, so that's like everything becomes like a new way to approach. Like
Mhm.
okay, like that excites me, and I want to leave like whatever I have. Like
Mm.
okay, like money is like comes like if I really like don't want to buy another bed, I'd probably take it. But it's like a very practical thing, and that
Okay,
might
okay.
have a
Very
sentimental.
logical, very
Yeah.
much if it
Uh-huh.
makes sense. That
Yeah,
is
very
not me at
very
all.
practical. I don't know, it's adulting or it's just
Oh
me.
my gosh, no.
But I think it's also because I am a designer and like creating something new is just so much exciting rather than like I want to take this bed and I want to belong to this bed forever like
Mm.
that like it doesn't I don't know for me
Yeah.
yeah and like it's just in my
Okay.
photos and in my memories oh I lived in that space and then like
Okay.
yeah
Okay.
reminisce. Yeah, I know
Interesting.
you're like quite opposite. You're
I
like,
am the
I am
opposite.
taking this bed everywhere I
No, no,
go.
no. Well, okay. I feel like when I enter spaces, I think it's I agree with you.
Mhm.
The first thing that I do is this aesthetically pleasing to me? And
Mhm.
when working in the interior design space, I focus a lot on like very like pieces, like furniture pieces. Like, is this chair pretty to me, or is this even like something simple as like, is this tray good, is this table what I'm looking for? And I think when I'm working as a publicist in interior design and learning so much about the dedication and the passion that a lot of these designers are putting into
Pudding,
these
yeah.
very simple pieces, like a
A
dining
lot of
chair,
work.
is astounding, and it's so inspiring. And I think it's definitely allowed me to look at design differently. Like, there's so much attention that goes into the simple curvature of the back of a
Yeah,
seat rest.
yeah.
And so when I walk into spaces now, I'm just like, okay, is this something that I would want to bring to my own space? However, I do disagree with you on the practicality of things. And I think you can see it from both sides, because
Uh-huh.
I understand what you're saying. When
Yeah.
you move to a new space, you want to bring a sense of, you want to be like fresh into it,
Yeah.
a clean slate almost,
Yeah.
where it's just like there's no, not that there's no point, but there's so much that you could do with this blank canvas. Why would you bring this old thing with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
when you can
yeah.
just like get
Mhm.
something refreshing and more
Mhm.
aligned with who you are
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah.
Because that's what design is. That's what each piece that you choose for your room is. It's alignment with who you are. And I feel like I'm just someone that I just like, even like those little things, like those cards that have been with me for so long and has traveled with me between all the apartments that I've moved from. And like, I had those cards back when I was dorming and I brought them back here. Like, to me, throwing them away is just, it's too much, because they're just like, some of these cards I receive from people I don't even talk to anymore, but to me,
Mhm.
it's just like, wow, like I was so loved, and it makes me feel appreciated. I want to keep this. And cards is like one thing. I don't even think it's cards can be considered interior design, because
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But like, even with like larger things like decor and tabletop pieces, I I'll take them, because I'm just like, this was so beautiful, and this was part of my life at one point. And whatever space that I'm going to right now, I want to bring these, to me they're like love letters, they're like love notes.
Uh-huh.
um these pieces of my life before into who I am now. And I think, obviously, when I think about moving and things of that nature, logistically, I'm probably not going to take my mattress from my
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
apartment,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
like other things that have so much
Yeah.
like sentimental value to me is such a large thing, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
And like, not for nothing, but I still have things from that I've received from like friends that I don't talk to anymore, or like,
And you still
like
keep them.
yeah, I do,
Wow.
because I don't know, it's so, it's like a reminder of something beautiful.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't think I have anything tangible where, if something has happened between me and the person, that I can't look at, or I have to like bury, because it's just like, wow, like at one point of my life, someone who loved me and someone whom I loved gave this to me, and I want to keep it forever.
Mhm. That is so beautiful. That is
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah. I just,
Yeah, I
it's one of
get
those.
that, like, from your perspective too, and that
Yeah.
is like, yeah, that is so understandable, and that is like, but I don't know what happened. I think after the minimalism book, for me, it's like
Yeah.
and he says like, you like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, you will, like,
It's,
yeah,
I
like,
mean,
eventually, like,
eventually it's just
yeah,
whatever.
it would, like. And then I also noticed that with my clothes, like, if I put my clothes away where I can't see, like, I kind of forget
That
that
is true.
they are there.
Yeah. Yeah,
um
that's true. That
and I
makes
think
sense.
if there's something that I really need to remember, I think I would, like, it would
Yeah,
just
you
hit
would.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that makes sense.
yeah.
See, yeah. No, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I understand. I just think that like, I think about who I am in my room, and there are days like, for me a fun time is looking at something and just thinking about it. Like, I think just a very nostalgic person. Like, I
Uh-huh.
just really like revisiting memories
Yeah,
that make me really happy. Um
I think kids, like, as the kid photos are like, I
oh
think that's like
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
one of the things that I would like
that
whole
you have
long
to have in
deer
your
too. Yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like take the photo book everywhere
Yeah.
where I go.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, yeah.
yeah.
That's true. There was a she's also a minimalist that like went really she was really popular a few years back. Do you know what's her
Marie
name?
Kondo.
Yes,
Yeah,
Marie
yeah,
Kondo.
yeah.
I remember I think she said something along the lines of, like when you look at something and
And yeah,
you feel happy,
then you
then
keep
that's
it.
something that
Yeah,
you keep.
keep. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
guess everything in my room makes
Yeah,
me happy.
what her exact terms like whatever sparks joy in you, you keep.
Yeah, the rest you
Yeah,
remove. Wow.
yeah, that's how you feed out your closet or your home and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think to me minimalism
Mm-hmm.
like from an aesthetic like visual point is so beautiful to me because it seems so clean.
Uh-huh.
Would I ever have a minimalist home? Probably not. Would I have a cluttered home? Also
Not,
no.
yeah, a happy balance is the
Like
place.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree.
100% agree. I wanted to ask this if like somebody who's watching
Mhm.
has now got a new place and they want to like design their space, like what would you kind of like recommend then? Like
Recommend
yeah,
like
if
brands or like what like
um no, just the approach
approach?
to how
Okay.
they would design if they want any kind
Yeah,
of tips.
that's a good question. Disclaimer, I'm not an interior designer.
Yeah, but
But
like to a sister
yeah,
who like
yeah,
more
yeah.
than an aesthetic,
Right.
like how do I
More
actually make
deeper,
your
make
room
it homey.
homey?
I think incorporating like okay, this is so general and obviously we've like talked about it throughout this episode, but genuinely incorporating things that make you happy. Like you
Uh-huh.
mentioned when you were designing this house, you were really a fan of nature, so you chose, green color palettes, and I see in your room you have plants, so like
Yeah.
that to you is incorporating things that make you happy. And I think
Mhm.
the same applies because I feel as though when people are in a space, you know when you're happy somewhere and you know when you don't, especially when it comes to like physical tangibility,
Yeah.
like things of that nature. Like even me when I visit other people's homes, I'm just like would I sleep over? Maybe not. Like like the vibe,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it's a personal thing,
Uh-huh.
but genuinely try to find pieces that make you happy in your space. And obviously I don't think it doesn't have to be anything specific, but what makes you happy? Like for me, I'm very similar to you in the sense that I love like flowers make me happy. Hence why
Mhm.
I have so many fake flowers in my room. So obviously, the next space, if I were to move, I would continue buying flowers,
Uh-huh.
fake or real. For me, light colors make me happy. So I would paint my wall like a beige or a white so that the sun it's more reflective in it. And another thing that I think is actually really, really important is light. Now that we're talking about the sun and
Mhm.
stuff. For me, sunlight, now we're talking about like the grand, how, like the bigger picture here, the house. For me, sunlight is so, so
Important.
important. I remember, and sorry if it's getting dark, guys.
Yeah,
The sun
I
is
think
setting,
I
but
will turn on the
okay,
lights.
you know what? BRB, she's gonna
Break.
turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
We're back. And the lights are on. Yay.
Yay.
So for me, even when I was, looking for a house when I was like in college and me and my roommates were trying to find a space for us all to live, the number one thing that I wanted was windows. I needed windows in my room. I needed at least one big window where the sun could come through because I don't thrive in dark spaces. And I one of my close roommates
Mhm.
loves the dark. Like her room was gray. She had the blinds down. Her favorite days were when it was raining. And you know what? Respect, but
Yeah.
I like that's what I'm talking about. You need to understand where you feel the happiest in those little details. Like, do you enjoy light in your room? Do you prefer it to be dark? Like if we're talking about really tangible things, for me that's something that you need to be aware of and pay attention to. And I think another thing is, for me, like I'm a very nostalgic person, so I will most likely bring a lot of those little
Old
trinkets with
pieces.
me. But
Hmm.
I think also really looking through what trinkets you have in your space right now and seeing if those are things that you want to bring into your next space. Like Richa was saying, when you move to a new place, it is an opportunity for a fresh start. So, yes, like buy a new dining chair, buy a new dining table, invest in pieces that you really want to enhance your space and your lifestyle.
Hmm.
And think about the pieces you have right now and if they're worth it.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful
Yeah.
advice. I think mine is also very similar. I think the feeling that's why you have like your own personal space. So like respect the feeling part of it. Like how do you want to feel and how can I bring that feeling and bring like the items and the furniture like correlated to how I actually want to feel.
Hmm.
Yeah, and bring those elements to your room. I think that's like the most important thing.
Yeah.
um I don't know. I think like people are so like aesthetic obsessed right now. Like they just
Yeah.
want like pretty things. But I feel like your room is like so personal rather than like going to Pinterest and I want this
Yeah.
dining table or like this bed. Then like rather than that, like I think it's more like personalizing
Yes,
and
I'm glad
like
you brought that up.
I know like we're like always bombarded by social media
Yes.
to buy this couch and buy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think it's so important to
Yeah.
like tune out and actually look.
Incorporate your taste.
Yeah, and then look within and do I actually want this and like yeah,
Yeah.
like really.
Because guess what? It's a home, not a
Yeah,
hotel. It's
exactly.
like,
Exactly. And it's your safe heaven and you get to design it. Like how beautiful that is. Like take
you
like
have the
fully embrace
opportunity.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hey, if you want to freaking paint your wall green, do
Do
that. Like
it.
you have a freedom to actually do whatever you want in your room and take advantage of
Paint
that.
the walls
And
pink, whatever.
yeah, and I struggle from this. Like I am also like I love aesthetic, but like what do I actually want, and am I exploring enough to
Mhm.
actually truly do I truly want this, or am I just like because I saw it on Instagram and I want it, like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like that kind of
Yeah.
battle. But yeah, I think it's like so important to look within
Yeah.
and see what like
Yeah.
what I actually want. And more than anything, have fun, make mistakes. It's okay. You
Yes.
can repaint that
For
wall and
real.
get another furniture,
Yeah.
sell it. Like have fun with.
Yeah. And also
Yeah,
trust yourself,
yeah,
you
trust
know?
yourself and have fun. Yeah, because it's like nothing is solidified. You are gonna make mistakes and that's okay. That's okay. Like you like if you don't like this bed, you bought it, you can sell it and you can get another one. And it's like nothing is like like it's like
Yeah.
you don't have to be stuck to it, but like just everything is changing, everything is like flowing, and flow with it and have
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
with the creating process of creating your own tiny world in
Yes,
your
your own tiny
room.
world. I love
Yeah.
that.
I think those are my core advices if you are looking to design your place.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that. Okay, well, speaking of advice and core design tips,
Uh-huh.
I guess it's time for our top three.
Top
Top
3.
three. Okay,
What are we?
what are the top three things in your room right now
Top 3 things. Oh my
you would
god.
never throw away, you
Uh
want to bring
uh-huh.
forever?
I think these linen sheets are
Oh,
like
okay. No, these are
my.
nice. These are
Yeah,
nice.
I'm loving the linen sheets. I upgraded them I think a few months back and I'm really loving it.
We're just like looking around her
Yeah, I'm
room.
just like looking around for inspiration. Yeah, what do I want to what are my top favorite things? I love my windows and like the window color, like
Hmm.
the wood
No, it's really nice. It's
element.
like almost rustic. Is that the right word? I don't know, but it has a charm to it. Like you can
Yeah.
see the wood,
It's
and you can also see like the what is that like? You see what I'm talking about? It's like
yeah.
framed. Like I don't even know what to call. Like it's natural wood, guys.
Frames.
Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's natural wood and it came with the house and I
Yeah.
like really kept it. Yeah, the way it is, it's so
Yeah.
beautiful. I think like the window, the wood element in my room, and this linen sheet. What else?
One more thing.
One more thing. Oh, this ottoman is so cute.
Oh, this one, it is
Yeah,
cute.
it
I
is so
wish I
cute.
could
It's
show
like
you
a
guys.
yellow
It's cute.
pop-up color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
as I say, I'm
modern.
not so attached with anything.
Yeah.
But I am so present and I love whatever is in my room right now, and that might not be later on, and that's okay. And I'm like, yeah, everything is so I love my room. It feels so cozy, homey, and like safe.
Mm-hmm.
And also keeps me calm and rooted. And that's all you want from, like, I don't know, my room. That's all
I
I want from
love
my room,
that.
and it's serving its need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, Let me think. Well, I'm not in my room right now, so I can't look around for
Yeah.
inspiration, but I think I would want to I'd want to bring my vase.
Your vase.
Yeah,
Oh
like the one that
wow.
has like my flowers in it.
Aw.
I don't know, I feel like it's really cute and it's on my desk all the time, so I'm
Uh-huh.
actively just seeing it. And I really, really like it. And I'd want to bring there's this photo frame that I got as a gift where you can like replace the photos or whatever, and I also have it on my desk, and I just
Aw.
like I don't know, I'd want to bring that frame with me. And last but not least, I would want okay, well, I guess there's so many. Like there's so many things that I would want to bring. Oh my god. Have I have a lot of stuffed animals, but I have this one stuffed animal that I want to keep with me forever and ever.
Aw.
And it's a stuffed animal of Coda from Brother Bear, the Disney film.
Aw.
And I love it so much. I mean, it's just a reminder of my actual childhood because I grew up watching Brother Bear. Literally, I would
Aw.
watch it on repeat every single day of my life. Um, and I don't know, I think it's just it like makes me feel like a kid again. Yeah.
So
Yes.
beautiful.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Casual
Casual
Kura. I
Kura.
hope you guys enjoyed listening. And if you are moving soon, or you're decorating, or you're redecorating, just, do what makes you happy
Yeah.
and have fun with it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Have fun. That's the most important thing.
exactly. But thank you. And remember to
Like, subscribe, and
comment.
comment.
We'll see you in the next one.